Take a minute. See if you can bring out the good answer. You will use elimination technique. All right, let's look for the answers. People from YouTube, you can leave your answer in the comment section. Let's see what you have as answer. Checking the comment section in YouTube. What is that? I'm seeing alphabets coming up. A and few D's coming up. Let's give a few more seconds as first of them to answer. Give your try. Don't hesitate. Try what comes in your mind as an instinct. This could be the answer. Okay, so we have few answers here. Let me start with the question itself. What is the key term in this question? If you want to say, this is a key, Shri, I have to be careful on it. What is it?
Maintain highest agile standards.
Maintain the highest standards. Okay, let me mark it.
You are
Maintain the
leading.
highest. Okay, agile standards. What does agile standards means? Is there anything agile standards? Something like this? Uh-huh.
It's mix of
Okay.
agile values and principles.
Values, agile thought process. Yeah, that's what we are trying. Okay, I recognize that. In the YouTube, I'm seeing D and A. Okay, I'm seeing there's a varying between D and A. Two answers are popping up. Before I jump to the answer, let's go a little more detail on the question. You are leading. When they mark you, I believe maybe you're agile manager or a project manager or a scrum master, someone who's accountable for the factors. Workflow automation. Very good. The project team. Okay, there is a project team wants to outsource some piece of work, but is hesitant. They want to maintain highest agile standards. What is your view? Now, two parties are involved here. One is someone who is accountable and a team is involved. Now, the question is targeting who to respond back. Is it a team has to respond or a project manager has to respond?
Project manager.
Project manager respond. Okay, nice. Can we believe this is an agile team? Is it agile team? Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah. If
Because
it
they
is an
expect.
agile,
Because they want to maintain the highest agile standards.
See, they want to outsource it. Why an agile team has to think something should be outsourced? What could be the reason? What could be the reason?
Maybe the resource is not available within.
Possibly.
Maybe the other
So an
company
agile
has the expertise and the subject matter
that is
experts.
fine. Yeah. Okay. Have you seen this term self-organized and cross-functional? What does it mean? What is self-organized? What is cross-functional? Do anyone know that? What is cross-functional?
Coordination between teams.
Having all the required knowledge and skill.
Cross-functional means it has more number of T people, T type of people, T and I.
T model. Okay. In order to achieve this goal, we may need different skill set, isn't it? Different ways of approach. So I may have a person who has this particular skill. I have another person this particular skill. I may have two people in this skill set. So now it is going to be more of a cross-functional of area. In fact, in Agile, they say a team which can define the work, a team which can design and develop the work, design. This team can develop. This team is capable of testing it. This team is capable of delivering it. If you see here, you have a team, a bunch of people who are capable of define, design, develop, test, and deliver, which is a pack. And they're organized. What do you mean by organized, Shri? Towards a goal, they can plan themselves how to do the job. Rightly said here, we may experience T-shape. What T-shape means? Do you even know what is T-shape? Resources. What is T-shape? There is something called I-shape. There is something called T-shape. What is I-shape?
I-shape people is like they have expertise on one particular area. But T-shape is like
Depth of knowledge.
they have depth of knowledge in one particular area and broader knowledge on all the areas.
Very good, very good. Broader knowledge and depth of knowledge in a couple of areas. Now, point here is, what is a big difference here? I think I need this kind of people. I may need this kind of people also. I can't deny that. But what I heard is more. We don't want to say everyone is T-shaped, but we're expecting more. So what is the advantage of T-shaped people? What is the advantage?
They can work on multiple projects.
Very good. The knowledge is multidimensional. We will work it out. This is also a reason in many company attritions are handled. You know attrition, right? Attrition is a big problem. Do you think it's a big problem in a big companies, attrition?
Yes.
People keep moving around. But if I want to retain the knowledge in the company, do you think a KT alone will help? Knowledge transfer alone will help? And was it all the knowledge transfer successful? Question mark. It's very depending, right? It depends on where we are. So knowledge transfer is not going to be always successful. This kind of T-shaped people, a person depth knowledge in one area, also intention to learn other areas also in a broader segment. Now with this, what is happening here is knowledge is retained in the company. If even somebody goes out, other person can pick it up. Okay, that's a T-shape part. Let's come back here. Now this project team, second sentence says, a project team wants to outsource. When the team feels to be outsourced, I believe there should be some sense in that because you're talking about agile team here. They may not have expertise. Somebody rightly said, we may not have expertise or don't have a sufficient time to do it. Now, question is, they want to outsource it, also maintain the agile standards. Now, what is this agile standard, Shri? We talk about certain things, right? Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Have anyone heard this term? Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Have you heard it? Yes. Nope.
One of the agile principles.
Agile values. Okay, nice to say. At least agile values, right? What could be the reason they've written this one? Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. What could be the reason? Why they won't write it? For some of you, it's coming up to the throat, whether to say, not to say. Is it so? So the point is, of course, the contracts are important. Of course, vendor factors are important. At the same time, more than that, we focus on what actually customer is looking for, which means once you sign a contract, once you sign an agreement, there was a tight pack saying that this is what we'll deliver. This is what we will do as per the contract. However, it is, customer could be beyond that. Customer could be more than that. Yes, you will give attention to the contract. On top of that, give focus towards the customer. But how is it related here? You might see a great relation here. But the point here is, should I go for the contracting to other people or should I pull everything on my own? That's a confusion here. Now let's go for the answers. I saw two variety of answers, A and D happening. Let's listen to the people who said A is a good answer. Why A looks a good answer? People went with A, like maybe Sham or Mohammed. Why you thought A is a good answer? Anything you want to share?
So, Shri, before I explain my answer, so I read the question in the perspective of performing company, not not in the form of client company. So I read this question in the perspective of performing company. So whenever an agile project is run, there should be a collaboration between the product owner and the team. So what I felt is if the agile team is outsourcing the product, so outsourcing this work, I felt it would be difficult for the agile team to bridge the communication between the outsourced company and the product owner. So that's why I felt they should not outsource the project. So
Okay.
that's why I selected A. So
I recognize your point,
might
but
not
question.
happen as as efficient as yeah.
Okay. So the question here, Sham, why this thought of performing company, client company came into mind? What is the relevance here?
Okay, my relevance is more like the example which you gave in the classes, like the Julie and the American Express and the Accenture example.
Okay.
So something similar is happening here. So like they have going for some automation for the client. So and the client would not do it the complete work, so they would outsource it. I mean, they would give the work to the Accenture. So I felt here the question belongs to the Accenture is what I felt. Shri.
Okay, you're seeing that order. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So point is you're leading a workflow, which means it could be from American Express. You want to do some automation. Could happen here. This is a client company. That's all you want to say.
No. I'm saying so they
Or you're
they okay. Please go
which
on.
means you
Sorry.
want to. Yeah. This is a performing company, right? Accenture is a performing company.
Yes.
Okay. American Express is a client who gives a product. Now
Yes.
you're seeing from Accenture perspective. Is it correct?
Right.
From his perspective, when you see that the project team wants to outsource some piece of work.
Yeah.
Will you say that some piece of work could be a portion of the work?
Yeah.
Portion of work. For example, let's take same example. American Express giving the work to Accenture.
Right.
Now Accenture want to bring automation work. Automation.
Yes. Yeah.
Automation. Now it was maintained in a server. Now they want to move it to cloud platform. Let's imagine they want to move to Amazon cloud.
Okay.
Now this portion of the work is also part of your contract. You have to do it.
Right.
Now, rightly somebody said in the team here, hey, I'm not expert in moving to cloud. I may need someone who can do this job. Okay. I can do the automation plus cloud platform is the project, but automation I can do. The rest of the cloud platform, I need somebody specialist. One way. Even in automation, I need a component. I need a particular specific technology to be applied. That technology, even though we can do it, the learning curve is very steep. The steep learning curve in Accenture, I'm seeing it as a risk. I'm ready to take the risk. But the consequence here is I am living in a time box. I'm living in a time box. A time box could be 2 years of project, 6 months of initiative, or 3 months of release. Next quarter, if you're working in a big agile team, they call PI, program increment or a scaled agile format. So I have a time box. Will I be able to do in the time box? That question is coming up. So I have two questions now. One is, what if I'm not specialized? What if I'm in a time box sitting inside Accenture? Now, what would be your thought on this?
Okay. Yeah. So the second one, since it's a self-organized team, I think the learning curve might not be steep. But yes, on the first, I believe it's a risk, the expertise.
Expertise is a risk. Okay. I like the way you're trusting the team. And that's nice. Even though it's a new technology, being a self-organized, you think they could learn faster.
Right.
Okay. That's nice. Good trust there. But when I see this project, I'm seeing as some piece of work. I'm seeing a portion of work, not the whole work. If it's a performing company.
Okay.
Let's shift the gear and see from American Express perspective. If you see the same question from American Express perspective, how would you have seen this question?
Yeah, I would have gone with the D.
Straight away, huh? Straight away
Right.
gone there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's park it here.
Okay.
Let's see if anyone else want to comment on this answer. Yeah. Anyone else want to comment on this answer? Okay. Then let's move to the answer where many people are given. D. People went with the D. One of you want to comment on it? Why you thought D is a good answer? What made you think D?
Because if it is required to meet the deadline, I think outsourcing would be a best option. Not compromising on the time, and also like if that is the best interest of the project to finish, because they can get
Okay.
things done
Okay.
instead of self-organized to give training and develop someone. They can get things done for this project. Maybe they can take it as an input for
Okay.
next month that they will be working on.
So Manoj, a minute before, Sham was pointing out, it's a cross-functional, self-organized team. Their learning curve can be faster. Do you think, if that's the case, should we outsource it?
Yes, but to what extent to what extent they can develop within the scope of the project?
Okay. Okay, I respect your thought. All right, good. Thanks for the answers with the A and D. Before you go to the right answer, now let's look at the question from the PMI perspective, Project Management Institute. Look, zoom out of yourself and see what PMI would expect from you in this question, what they are trying to understand from you. Take a pause and just watch out the question. What they want to see from you in the question paper. If it is an agile team and you are a manager for the agile team, what is expected from this particular scenario, what they're trying to see from you? Any thoughts? Don't be too perfect. Any thoughts? What pops up?
Decision-making skills.
Okay. Decision making. Okay. Okay. Decision making is one I'm hearing. Nice. Any other points?
Yeah, as a project manager, how are we addressing this input from the team as a project manager?
How you address your team. Okay. Nice. I think that's a good point, right? Nice. So they're looking how you are on decision making. Are you going to leave it to the team or you have some word to say? Second point is how do you address your team? I think it's a very valuable thing, right? What is they looking for? Now, thanks for those inputs. They're saying agile standards. By this, we are very clear it's an agile team. The project team wants to outsource it. Now look at the word, the project team wants to outsource it. Do you think this is more powerful in agile segment? It could be a T-shaped team. It could be a self-organized team, cross-functional team. If that team itself feeling that we have to outsource. So if that's the case, do you think this can turn negative if we go for not outsourcing? What is your thought? Will it turn negative? Now, the PMI would be looking out from your side. What is your way of respecting your team values? So PMI want to know, do you respect team's values? Shri, what do you mean by team's value? Team values is they have a belief system. They converse it. In fact, as a manager, we can also be part of the team. Yeah, we are part of the community, right? Isn't it? So the answer goes to the D. I'm sure majority of it went to the D. Some A also we got it. Now, why I want to take this time to explain is, when we read a question, I would recommend you, once you understood, take one step back and see what team want or PMI want to know from you. PMI want to know whether you are understanding the values and a team's preference. You can give suggestions, you can give your opinion, but your team's value stands big and higher. Any team it stands, and if it is specific an agile team, the value is very high. Why in agile team people are more respected? Is there any reason for that? Anything we heard about it? What is this people are all about? Do anyone remember
Knowledge
KW?
workers. Yeah.
What is knowledge worker?
The people who who think before working technically.
Perfectly.
Mm.
So the people who are capable of thinking towards a goal, the people who are capable of making decisions. So when the project team wants to outsource some piece of the work, we'll be very careful, some piece of the work, right? Which means not the whole portion, some portion of it. When the team thinks about it, definitely we can do a brainstorming, we can do a conversation, but we still respect their thought process. That's what they're trying to say here. Even though the agile principles talk all this stuff, if I go a little down there, you can see this agile values. In agile values, you talk about, we give a term, right? Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. But yes, you're also doing customer collaboration. I want to make a best outcome for the team. Even though I can give all, but I'm not giving all, I'm giving a portion of it. But when my team is not capable or ready enough, and there is a time box, I have to go for it. So in this one question, they're trying to see whether you are listening to your team. Are you respecting the values of your team? On top of that, are you also thinking in agile perspective, the time boxing and going with a high standard? If that can be outsourced, chances are quality can be better because that is not the capability of the team. That's why they're saying that we cannot do that. So we have to listen to that. But it's purely subjective. If you go to the corporate, chances are you may negotiate. Guys, why can't we do it? Maybe there is a time delay, we'll do it. We will do some negotiation. But for this question point of view, yes, they look for whether you listen to your team members. Nice, good attempt. Thanks for the people who answered.